For the set of problems on this page, you need to understand what like terms are. Like terms have the same variables with the same exponents. We're going to take a look at different pairs of terms now and classify them. For the first example, we have negative 2m squared and negative 5m squared. Both of these terms have the letter m for their variable, and both variables have an exponent of 2. So because they have the same variable with the same exponent, these two terms would be considered like terms. For the next pair, we have 10c and 10d. Even though both terms have a number 10 in front, which is the same, the definition of like terms doesn't say anything about the number in front of the variable, which is called the coefficient. If you look at the variables that are attached to the terms, we have a letter C here and a letter D here. Since those are not the same variable, these are not like terms. For the next example, we have the number 15 and the number negative 7. Neither term has a variable, so these are actually called constants. Because both terms are just single numbers, we would consider these like terms. For this pair, we have negative 4x squared y and 9xy squared. If you look at these two terms, they do have the same variables. Both terms have an x and a y. However, in the first term, x has an exponent of 2. In the second term, y has an exponent of 2. Because the exponents don't match on the same letters, these are not like terms. For this pair, we have negative 8 and negative 11x. Since the first term does not have a variable, but the second term does, these are not like terms. And for the last pair, we have 6xy squared and 3xy squared. If you look at the variables, both terms have an x and a y. And if we look at the exponents, x has an exponent of 1. That's why we don't see an exponent there. And the same thing happens in the second term. We have x to the first power. For y, we have y to the second power, and in this term, we have y to the second power. So these two terms would be considered like terms.